Go away, kitty. Why do you wait until I stop? It's like she stood back there right behind the camera, waiting for the song to end so she could come out and take over the stream, maybe. I don't know. We got a little bit of video of her earlier. She was chasing her tail. You stupid cat. Hi, everyone. Happy Easter. Who do we have here? Hi, Vanna Jade. Hi, Linda Reese. I almost said hi, EKC. Hi, Megan. Hi, Lily. Hi, Rarely Care. Hi, Autistic Shell. Hi, Steffi. Hi, Ryan. Hi, the crazy lady. Hi, Sunny D. Hi, April. Hey, Mikkel. Hey there, Al Capone. You mad at me? Dev says, Happy Easter, Erin. I'm still Team Anya because she's Indian, so she knows who Devanand is, so we can fangirl about how sexy he is together. And I still say that I hope Katie Joy takes her channel money and buys the wax figure of Al Capone so she can take it home and like document all the naughty things she's going to do to that body, the violating it and everything. And then I hope that she sends them to you on your birthday. We like to have fun. I know. I'm just kidding too. Of course, I know you're kidding. We're all kidding. It's okay. It's fun. I like kidding though. It's fun. It's fun. Keep kidding. Happy Easter. Yes, happy Easter. And if you don't celebrate Easter, well, I don't know. Happy Spring Sunday with lots of food day. Well, maybe you didn't have lots of food. If you didn't have lots of food, then I'm really truly sorry. That's the only good thing about holidays as you get older is that you get to stuff your face, really. It's kind of a cool part too when you're younger, but hopefully it's not the best part. Hopefully you get like candy and shit or presents or whatever. All right. So I don't know. I don't really have anything planned. I just want to come on. It's Easter. I want to just have some fun, maybe catch up on some things, talk some shit, that's always fun. That's really about it. I do want to say though, I was hanging around on Twitter today. I really don't get a lot of time to hang around on social media. Like I'm amazed. You know how you get that weekly report through your iCloud or whatever? Like I probably went from like 7 to 9 hours a day online. I'm down to like 2 hours a day now online total. And that's what I'm averaging at. And I don't even know. I don't know how that happened. Like I just don't fucking have time. So today though I had time because I have today off. I have tomorrow off and I have Tuesday off. So I've got lots of time over the next few days. So I hung around on Twitter today and I finally decided to kind of, I don't know, throw my voice, my thoughts, whatever, into a few rings of fights and shit going on over on Twitter. It's always fun, Hi, Tax Max Fax Thunderclap. I love fucking saying that name. Tax Max Fax Thunderclap. That should be a T. You should make merch with that. That's you don't even have to like put a story behind it. Just I want to be like, what's Tax Max Flap Thunderclap or Thunderclap, and people can just make up whatever they want for it. Yeah, I do have a real life. It's not always fun though. Some days I wish I didn't. Although today was a good day. I had for the first time ever a watermelon mimosa. It was fucking awesome. I had 3 of them actually. Yeah, you should. I should. You should. So I don't know. Over on Twitter, I'm gonna throw some shit out there. Why not? Where's my profile? Oh, sure. I forgot to take Tylenol. Damn it. I don't have a Tylenol on here. I only have Motrin. What Tylenol? So I came across anyone who's been around the Katie community or whatever for some time. I'm sure that you all heard of Chopper Lily, and I'm whatever. I don't care about Chopper Lily. It's not even about that. But I quoted one of her tweets and I spoke on it. Well, I spoke on it, but I didn't really speak on anything she had to say. But wait, what's that? What's up there? Okay. My messages are closed. Yes. Okay. So Chopper Lily had shared or tweeted whatever. The anti-KJ community in a nutshell. I say they nothing will stop them, and they all belong in the loony bin. RR, which is this person here, says this: life destroyers, evil. And this person here said the harassment that occurs, the alienation, the behaviors that are accepted are so heinous that there have been court cases about it. It's comparable to the Sandy Hook parents suing Alex Jones. Doxing, dehumanizing, gaslighting, mental and psychological abuse is normalized, which I call bullshit. And here's why. And I write, this is targeted here. The reality of it all is that everywhere on the internet, you will find harassment, doxing, gaslighting, and instigators. Drama community, crime community, or Unifam, KD supporters, anti-KD, gaming, beauty, etc. The list goes on. You'll find this shit. So stop exploiting what is everywhere to hate at one group. And then everyone feels emboldened while online, especially if they're anonymous. No group of people are the sum of one person. Your post here above is targeting a small group of people and lumping them all in together based on your having been upset. No one supports RR being harassed except those doing the harassing. Making others pay for the actions of those harassing is a bullying tactic. Name those harassing, not those who aren't. I say this knowing, and this is my opinion, I think it's more an opinion, but okay. I say this knowing that Vada never doxed RR. He was wrong to claim that she did, but that doesn't matter. He still shouldn't be harassed. But here's my take on it. I think I comment on that a little bit more, don't I? I thought I did. Let's see. I gotta go to replies. Oh, okay. I was responding to Wolf, and I said, I get Wolf was saying that he criticized Vada or whatever. I'm like, I get that he criticized her, and he should if he wants. I support that. But giving criticism will always earn you criticism in return. That's not harassment. That being said, I don't know if he's been harassed or not, but I'd hope if he were harassed, he would expose those doing it and expose what they were doing. Otherwise, their actions remain in the dark and they're free to harass another down the road without anyone being the wiser ahead of time. Here's the thing. I don't know what's going on with RR. I don't know. I got nothing against him. I got no qualms with him whatsoever. I really don't. I disagree with him on a couple of things that he said or whatever, but that's it. So what? People can disagree. I don't give a shit. Nobody get thrown any hate. Definitely don't fucking harass him. Just don't do anything don't let my words ever influence or dictate whatever actions you take, because I'll be honest, that's just fucking stupid. Who the fuck am I really? Who am I? Come on. But also your actions should always represent your thoughts, your feelings, nobody else's. I want to just put that out there. That being said, and this isn't directed toward RR. This is directed toward like a lot of people who I've seen use this, come out and say how they're being harassed. People are harassing them. People are in their DMs sending them threats or doing this or that or whatever. And I'm not doubting that that's the case. But if you're going to make these claims and you don't act on these claims, like you don't put the names out there, you don't call them on it, you don't expose what it is they're doing and who it is doing it. If you don't do that, then the only people or person being served by you stating you've been harassed is you, because you're stating this usually is a point in an argument or whatever, or just debate or discussion that benefits you. But you don't follow it up with anything that could benefit the community, because what could benefit the community is if there are in fact people among us who are doing these things that we know about them. Don't keep their secrets, man. Don't hide them. Don't, because you're not doing anyone any favors. You're not doing them favors. You're not doing anyone else. You're not doing yourself any favors. So if you're going to come out and talk about things, then come out and talk about things. That's where I stay. That's my belief. I get it. People might be scared or nervous or whatever. But what do you think the community feels when you tell them that there's someone going around doing these fucked up things, but you won't tell them who it is? You don't think people in the community are scared or wondering who it is they should be trusting or talking to, or it affects people. So, anyways, that's where I stand. I haven't spoken on this shit between Bada and RR and any of that in quite some, or really much at all, and that was on purpose because I didn't really know what to think. I didn't see a lot of it. A lot of things being claimed, I didn't see. I thought maybe it's because I missed it and not because it didn't happen or something, or maybe it's because of both, whatever. But I wanted to sit back and wait and see how things went, see who said and who did what, and see what came out and what didn't. And that's where I'm at now. So, like I said, I got nothing against River, nothing at all against him, not at all. I just disagree with him on the whole doxing claim. That's all. Anyway, let me go to chat now. I like pissing people off. Why does it seem keep going off? I don't know why I have sound alerts on it, but it's driving me nuts. I mean, to everyone retweeting this, thank you. Please don't take this. Don't listen to me. I'm an asshole. Just forget I said anything. But I got to figure out how to turn the sound notification off on my phone or my computer mostly. It's driving me nuts. And there's a different notification on different devices. Why is that? That's confusing. Yeah. Comparing anything to Sam Hook is just fine. Yeah, I didn't even catch that at first. You're right. I did. I mean, and I did. Now that I think about it, maybe I should take a little bit of offense to that because I'm a part of the community in which he's laying these accusations on, but I don't want to, though. I don't want to take offense to it. I don't care. And I have no doubt. Let me state this unequivocally, without a doubt. I have no doubt that there are people in the anti-Katie community who are either doing some of the things that the whole is being credited with, or they're definitely capable of. But let me make things clear here. That remains the case with any place you find humans, because any place you find humans, you're going to find the best and the worst of us. You're going to find people doing fucked up things, and you're going to find people doing impressive and amazing things, but mostly you're going to find the in-between, but whatever. So this isn't, if you were going around on the internet thinking that this is just something unique to your community, well, that's awfully kind of like entitled and like delusions of grandeur kind of thing. Like no community is that special. Your community is not that special. Every community has the same fucked up shit in it. So yeah. But I will say though, the people though who want to go around and say, "Oh, the anti-Katie, they're just toxic. They're horrible. They should be disbanded. They should lose the." You should know that by you saying this and lumping an entire community in with whatever bias you have against maybe one or two in the community, you should know that you're doing that is right down in the mud and dirt with everything else you think that we're about. So you're right there with us. I don't know. In my opinion. Again, though, like I said, what the hell do I know? See, when I heard the whole like doxing, I thought that it was an actual dox or whatever. I didn't know that he was talking about his name at first. So, and although his name had been out on Twitter for like ever before that, I want to say that even if it hadn't, I myself personally still wouldn't have considered it a dox. If you're going to have a channel, if you're going to build your own community or your community around your presence online and shit, and if you are in any way, shape, or form a voice that people might actually listen to, and you're talking about other people online, both good and bad, then you should expect that your own character is going to be called into question. You have to expect that. It's only right. So, and the only way your character can be called into question is if people know who the fuck you are. So now that That doesn't mean that your address, you should expect that. No, that shit's private. That shit should never come out. I don't agree or support that at all. Fuck that. But your name, your social reputation, especially that of online. Yeah, you should expect that to get out, you know? See, here's the thing. Okay, Maya brings up something that I want to talk about. So Maya says, I knew his name years ago from his own social media. And can you really call it harassing someone if you're not on that specific person's social media speaking to them directly like KJ does? Yeah, I get you. I get what you're saying. Um, Here's the thing though. I mean, if you're putting out criticism of someone, then you have to expect that your criticism is going to be criticized. Um, that's not harassment though. So, but I don't know if that's what he's referring to as harassment. I don't know if he could very well be actually getting harassed behind the scenes or whatever. I don't know. I nothing about me doubts it or whatever. I'm not doubting it. Um, but I'm not sure what it is he's referring to as harassment because he's never really came out and showed what it was he was getting that he labels harassment. So I don't know. Um, but yeah, you being criticized for things isn't harassment. I mean, it isn't. I mean, Christ, think about it. I mean, if that was the case, then Steve is the most harassed fucking person on the internet, like ever, like in the history of the internet, if that's the case. I know I'm not wrong. I'm not. And I might be second. No, I'm kidding. Fucking chair will come out. My leg thing. I need to take up the Tylenol. Now my back's coming. All right. So other than that, I was thinking I can resume doing a little bit of commentary on Manya's fucking disaster fire there. Steve is a gold medal winner. Yeah. You win, Steve. Yay, you win. You win an internet prize. You played stupid games. I'm kidding. I think he sent me a wave or something right before I went live. I'm not ignoring you, Steve. I just was busy restarting shit. Oh, thank you, Tammy. I'm not sure how I feel about being called a very cute bunny, though. I don't like bunnies. But the ears were a present, so I wanted to wear them. Hi, Maya Nova. So we got here. I'm involved in the anti-Scientology community and crap is going down there. Yeah, exactly. Every fucking community. And it's not because it's an anti-community. That's why there's all the negativity. No, it's not this. You have humans there. If humans are there, you're going to have shit because that's what humans do. They cause shit, you know? It's unavoidable. I mean, there's different degrees, and I think it comes in ebbs and flows or whatever. You know, there will be weeks or whatever when everything's kind of calm and everyone's copacetic or whatever. It's pretty cool. And then you'll have some weeks where everyone just wants to fucking kill one another. You know, again, that's normal. That's fucking normal. That means that you all are just getting sick of each other, probably. So, all right, let me pull it up. I don't remember where I left off, though. I'm going to have to pull up mine, see where I left off. I have no idea where. Shit. It should show on my screen, right? I think so. Okay. Wait, that's not it. Shit, which stream was it? I don't even know which one it was. Oh no, it was a video. That's right. It wasn't a stream. I'm an idiot. My last video upload. There it is. All right. 5504, it looks like, maybe a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Oh, shoot. All right, here we go. Where am I? 5620. Oh, okay. That's what must be where I left off then. I want to say too, I think Suzanne's catching some shit or whatever from this. And I would like to ask people in this community, I mean, just if you can, just maybe just take into account the fact that she's also catching a lot of shit from their side of the community. So, and I know that like some people disagree with what she did or whatever, but I mean, she had to do what she felt was right by her. I mean, we shouldn't want to support anything other than that, you know. So I hope no one's really giving her a lot of shit. So, it's, I hope. I got to celebrate Easter with my real bunny. My family and I celebrated last weekend when our entire family came to visit. Today was a quiet day and work for us. Well, sorry about the work, but yay, quiet. Quiet's always good. Right? We have tons of bunnies outside in the desert. Oh my God, you have tons of bunnies. Oh my God. God bless you. I don't like bunnies. They don't like me though. Okay. And I don't know who started it, but they're not innocent in this. They're not. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. Balls. Fart fracking
I'm
shit.
so quiet. Oh my God.
Because some of them are still my friends. Well, anyway, one of these people have been talking about the situation said that Miss S had trauma dumped me. And if
So it's someone else's fault that you accused Charlotte of trauma dumping you. It's never your fault, right? You didn't go back and check your messages. You couldn't have gone back and done that. Or you couldn't have said, listen, I'm not going to comment on this because I don't remember what our conversation was. I will go back, check our conversations, and come back to you.
What?
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Yeah, Chesh, you're right. She's protecting them because they are her friends.
Protecting
She
who from
sneaks around
what?
people's Twitter messages and talks shit about them. How such a good friend. So someone else. Okay. All right. Maybe I missed something. Maybe there's more. Let's watch.
the time, because of the previous interactions with this person and that person, what I was going through, I said, yeah, she trauma dumped on me. That person planted that idea in my mind, and I just ran with it.
Okay. So you ran with it for 4 months? Like, when did you?
Guys, you guys ever hear a coyote and he? Okay, I live in upstate New York, and if you've never heard one before, it's quite jarring because it sounds like a woman, a human woman screaming. That's what it sounds like. But like a little yelpier, and that's very much kind of what it sounds like. Her laugh there. I got it sped up though too, so that probably added to the sound similarity. But yeah, and I'm not saying that to be demeaning. I mean, it's just that the coyote sounds like a human, so I mean, it's not like she sounds like the coyote.
Start running with it? in July of last year. For 9 months, you kept running with it. You didn't bother to go back and check. Nani,
What?
what the fuck is wrong with you? And you're blaming that person that they planted that idea in your head.
Okay, even if Suzanne, I don't believe Suzanne is saying that she made public claims that this person was trauma dumping. She's just saying that she was under the impression that she was trauma dumping. So what the fuck does she have to go back and double check things for? Would she have to verify things to herself so she could trust herself? What the You're weird. She's a weird one.
Yeah, it's everybody else's fault but you, Susan. You're so innocent. You're such an innocent old lady who doesn't know how the fuck the world works. Who has been like streaming and making videos for how
Just because you know how the world works doesn't mean that you want to get down in the dirt and participate much the same way as everyone else.
long on YouTube? How long? Oh, let's have a look. The timestamp is 1334. Let's have a look. How long? Let's have a look. How long you were? Sorry, no, my bad. Here you go. Links, blah blah blah. Joined in 2013. I don't know when you. Okay, hold on. This is not the way to go. Sorry, my bad, guys. Videos. What would be her first video? Like, sorry, guys. Here we go. I don't know how far can I go, but at least more than 2 years. You have been here for more than 2 years, and the channel
Been here
has
more
been
than
here
that.
2013. Yeah, 1 year ago. Here we go. More than 1 year ago. Let's go down, 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 down. 2 years ago. 3 years ago. 4 years ago. So 4 years ago. Around 4 years.
4 years.
4 years ago. You have been on this platform since 2020, if I may dare say. But I don't know your lives. When did you start doing your lives? Right? 4
Should
months.
say lies or
6 months,
lives.
7 months. Yada 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 yada. So you have been long enough on this platform, and you just someone planted an idea in your head, and you just ran with it. Okay. And how quickly you just
Well, I'm sorry. The platform is supposed to make you immune to suggestion. I mean, if anything, I think being on this platform might make you susceptible to it. At least it did for me for a spell in the beginning. You know, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I had people in my DMs telling me some shit that was not just like misinterpreted or taken out of context or whatever. It was a flat out fucking lie, you know? But at first, though, you think, why would no one's going to show up and just like completely fabricate an entire fucking claim? You know, they'd be nuts. Of course, they know you can, verify it and shit. They'd be found out. No one's that stupid. Oh no, people are definitely that stupid. You know, but I mean, yeah, sure, you learn that. But I mean, I'm still very much susceptible to suggestion, especially if it's from someone I trust. I mean, being on YouTube doesn't make you somehow like clued into the ways of the world or something, just the online world, maybe.
said it just so casually.
The comments.
Yeah, it's everybody else's fault, Susan, not yours. Never. You didn't choose to say, oh, yeah, she did. Just like the fuck Aaron did. About the PR thing.
Dude, oh my, I don't know how to. Listen. As much as she may want this to be true, it's not true. All I did was I just saw Steve's tweet, something about PR. I don't even know if I read the whole thing or whatever. I had no idea what he was talking about, who he was talking to or whatever. I just saw PR. I'm like, oh, what's that? Prostitution, right? You know, was breaking his balls. Wasn't even thinking, I didn't know anyone else was involved in the conversation to which my joke could lay ownership to or whatever. I thought it was strictly Steve. I was breaking his balls. But apparently, what he was referring to was PR, like public relations or whatever. And he was talking about Manya and her buddy there. And so they think that I was calling them prostitutes. So I was of the belief, I want to point out, like, no, even if I knew it was about you guys and it was in fact intentional, then I would be accrediting you to running a prostitution ring. So if anything, I'd be calling you pimps, not the prostitutes, you know? But yeah, she just can't let that go. But I mean, I don't care if I'm perfectly fine. In fact, part of me even kind of likes it a little bit that she thinks and she's of the belief that I was calling her a prostitute. Hey, whatever floats your boat. But I just can't lie. I wasn't. Maybe be better for me to admit, or just admit I lied or I wasn't lying or something and just say I did it. But I can't do that. I don't know what to say. And if I was going to call you names, I'd come up with something better than prostitute.
Yeah. So yeah, I have no charity for you, Susan. You're a lying piece of shit.
No charity.
Bite me.
Ran straight to the door.
Chesh is a nice one.
Well, recently,
All right. She keeps saying that. And I'm going to just say this right now. You're not fetch. You trying to sell yourself as like the bitch over here. It's never going to fly. It's not going to. It's not going to go. It's not. I don't think either one of you is the nice one. First of all, I think that in order for you to be the bitch, or one of you to be one, one of you guys would have to be nice. But whatever, I digress. It's not going to stop.
there was some behavior by others, including a lot of beta behavior. I decided I would go back and reread some conversations between Miss S and myself, and some conversations I had with this other person. And after
Who is this other person? Tell us. Why are you such a pussy?
Why?
Why are you such a pussy? Such a coward?
doing that,
All right. I have no idea who the other person was, but I think you want to just believe that it was Steve. I think that's what you want to believe. So you go ahead. You can think it was Steve. Go ahead. I know you're just dying to hear that.
I can say is I overreacted. I don't know if she was going to trauma dump or not. I had the impression that she was, but she didn't say or do anything that was actually trauma dumping. It was just me in my heightened awareness state thinking that that was what was going to happen, and this other person doing some exploiting of that.
Exploiting.
It's the coyote.
Exploiting of that.
Hi, Marcy with an IE.
So you made an assumption,
Hey, Jameson.
and your assumption coincided with someone else's suggestion, and instead of going back and clarifying what it was about, you decided to agree with that person and run with it for 6 to 9 months. 6 to 9 months, fucking Susan. And this is the only thing you're supposed to apologize for? I'll remind you. After this one, I'll remind you what other things you should apologize for.
Oh dear. There. You hear that, Suzanne? You're lucky. You get to hear Mani's list all the things you should be safe for. Oh fuck. So I'm gonna go over here real quick. I'm gonna check it. I'm looking at the chat here. Hi, Sunshine and Rain. Who's fucking a chicken? I don't want to know actually. Why does the Easter Bunny hide his eggs? What makes you think it's a he? Okay. And if he has eggs, wouldn't it maybe be a she? I don't know. Because, rabbits don't lay eggs, I guess. I'm just here for the fellowship. Okay, no one. It's because it's because he doesn't want anyone to know he's fucking a chicken. That's what you were saying. Okay. Oh my God, that's funny. I like that. That's funny. So he's it is a he. So then he's stealing the chicken's eggs. Okay. All right. I can see that. The rabbits, he's not stealing the eggs to hide it. He's stealing the eggs so he can eat them. They eat their young. They're fucked up. Yeah, exactly, cheap guys. That's another thing. I mean, so sorry that Suzanne hasn't, had it on the forefront of her mind to clarify things and to do things in accordance to Mania's, specifications here. She's been a little busy with her real life shit, taking care of her husband who was fighting cancer. I mean, what a bitch. My daddy's favorite Easter egg. It's a funny one. I like that one. I trade those punny jokes with someone at work all the time. I think I'm going to send that one to him. All right. So I just want to scroll up and see if anything here I should or might want to comment on. And I don't see anything right now. All right. Going back.
Actually, you should start all over again because this is not an apology. Someone planted the idea in your head, exploited you. This is how it looks like when people excuse their behavior using they have been through in the past. This is what it looks like. To use what they have gone through as an excuse. This is what it exactly looks like. There we go. So yeah, so for anyone who thinks I'm very different when I cover these things, I'm very literal, I'm very academic, and I will split your last hair.
You're exactly the same as you are anywhere else in social media. You're delusional, in my opinion. You're a bitch, in my opinion. You show no interest whatsoever to getting to the problem of rectifying anything, of making things better, of resolving anything. Like resolution, I'm not even sure it's like a part of your like vocabulary. That's like a huge red flag, especially when it comes to things like commentary, whatever. Again, what's the point of commentary? Then trying to not necessarily take actions or whatever, or inspire actions to improve things, but at least put things out there without condemning it, so that there is room for improvement if that were to happen. Like, you don't want the improvement. You want people to keep being shits. You want people to keep like just doing horrible things, so you can keep being self-righteous by calling that out. I might be able to relate a little bit to that. Just saying. I'm not faulting you for it. Well, maybe.
Report to review you or whatever the book put out. So Susan, stop making excuses. Stop using your past as an excuse for what decisions you made and what you did. Stop dumping it on others. Dump it on others.
Some misunderstanding. Let's just put it that way, maybe.
Burnt toast.
There's always miscommunications all over the world, all the time. I mean, I have to look at the state of the world and see some of the things that are going on. And people tend to put their own spin on things. Everyone comes at it with their own biases. And I definitely had an anti-trauma dumping bias at that time. What do I mean by that? An anti-trauma dumping bias is, well,
we know what that is. We know what that is. You fucking, you.
Okay, I'll admit I could be wrong about that, Maya. Maybe bunnies don't eat their young. I could be thinking of hamsters or gerbils or something, but so yeah, I could be wrong about that. I guess it would kind of make sense. They're not carnivores, right? They're herbivores. So why would they eat their young? They would be carnivorous, right? I mean, like, you don't see deer eating their young because they eat berries and leaves and twigs and shit. Oh, I didn't even read the rest of your comment, but you just said that yourself. Thank you. Who is this person? This is Manya. This is she's, I don't know. I don't want to sound like a pompous ass here, but she's not a very big channel. She doesn't get a lot of views, so maybe some people think I'm wasting my time, but my channel is really, it's not about just what's going to get me clicks and views or what's going to get me attentions. A lot of it, most of it is just about what makes me feel a little better. And part of me might be a little bit annoyed with Manya because she's been coming at me so much over like the past years, like so obsessively. I don't know what the fuck I did to her for this. I mean, I know I've done things to piss her off, but like this is just uncalled for. But so yeah, this is my little clap back, I guess, maybe. So yeah. So what is the latest with the Katie 7M lawsuit? I don't think that there is a latest. They had court on the 19th of March, but it was postponed because 7M's attorney had a death or something in the family, I think. So it was postponed. I forget to when, though. Maybe May or June or something. I could be wrong, but that's pretty much where we're at. So, but I think that what was planned for the 19th was just like a was it not status hearing? Maybe, I don't know. I think it was to just set up like the future dates of the case, to scheduling conference. That's the phrase I'm looking for. I think that that's all it was. Oh, there's another date coming up in April. Okay. Thank you, Mikhail. Oh yeah, Marcy, we can be in agreement about that. As long as we are kind of in agreement that Manya is an insignificant social climber who chases coattails. Yeah, I can get that with that. Yeah, I can co-sign that. Sure. I think that that's a pretty damn good description. Are multiple $1 million lawsuits grounds for a divorce? Asking for a friend. I would think anything could be grounds for a divorce. I don't know. But um um I I don't know if it would be grounds for a divorce for Ted's because I mean what income is he bringing into the house? It's all her income. And yeah, they rely on her income for survival, to live and everything. But if he's not contributing, if it's not his income that's being contributed to expenses, then I'm not sure that he can really like use it for grounds. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I think that he's got grounds in a million other ways though. But I don't blame him though for not divorcing her. And I don't blame her for not wanting to divorce him. I mean, say what you want about Todd. He's had her back this entire time. He really has. I mean, even if he's like just maybe not stepped out of line, but just did or said things that weren't in the best interest of their endeavors or whatever, he's had her back the entire time. He's never like showed anything like wavering in that regard. So she'd be stupid to get rid of him. I know that. Okay.
Explain that to us before. We know what the word bias means and an anti-bias and all that shit. We know that. Why are you repeating this shit? And this is half. This is 15 minutes now. We have got 10 more minutes left. And she still hasn't like she keeps saying she owes Charla a huge apology, but I'm not hearing the word sorry. And it's already 15 minutes. And all this.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not an apology to Manya video she did. No, it's not for you. So no one gives a shit what you do or don't hear, really.
Fluff.
Well, anti-bias is, well, example, this morning. I got this morning to the news that the
Oh,
Francis Scott Key Bridge.
oh, okay. So you're gonna talk about another event now and go with blah 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 blah. Okay, we know that. I'm gonna skip this because I like yeah I just can't. I just fucking can't.
Well, maybe us Americans over here, we want to hear about how this bridge was done. I can't do that with a straight face. But it just seems kind of rude to America that she doesn't want to hear it.
Oh god, C-pose comment. So this goes on for 2 minutes. Okay, I don't drink.
She talked about a bridge tragedy in her country, or not the country she lives in, but the country she's from, for 2 whole minutes. Oh my god! Like what a tragedy!
Okay, all right. We don't. Okay, morning. It was pretty obvious. Blah blah blah. 3 minutes.
That's what I want to
Okay,
talk about too.
overseas with blah blah blah. Bridge blah blah blah. 4 minutes. 4 5. Okay. Um. Okay, here we go. Maybe somewhere here. Okay, here we go. So around 5 minutes, you just like, okay. So 15 minutes, not for 19 minutes. For 19 minutes, you have just said load of nothing. Nothing. And actually just given excuses for your behavior and your choices. Using your past as an excuse. And I don't.
Well, why can't we hear it? Why aren't you playing it then? Because we can't read as fast as she scrolled. I don't think.
Don't care if you come around and cry about it. I seriously don't care anymore. You don't deserve that from me. You don't deserve that consideration from me anymore. If you try that stunt, go ahead, try that stunt of like, oh, she's using my past trauma. No, go ahead, try that stunt.
Wait, what? I want to hear that. What the fuck was that?
Doesn't mean my go. You try that. Cry about load of nothing. Nothing. And actually just given excuses for your behavior and your choices. Using your past as an excuse. And I don't care if you come around and cry about it. I seriously don't care anymore. You don't deserve that from me. You don't deserve that consideration from me anymore. If you try that stunt, Go ahead, try that stunt of like, oh, she's using my past trauma. Go ahead, try that stunt.
Does that seem okay? Monty's not the only person who does this. I've seen a couple other people do it. They're responding to something, and then they imagine to know what the person's going to say, and then they respond to their imagined comeback, and they continue on with this thought process, this conversation in their head, and they continue to commentate on it like it's happening, or it's going to happen, or it's transpiring, or it has transpired. That bothers me. I don't know. Like that makes me go from like watching something and be like that motherfucker to being like, oh, what's wrong? Like I start to feel bad. Like it's I don't know. I mean, you should try to predict how people will respond to things you say or do, because especially if it's like if you're a part of like any discourse or anything that you have with the person, like you should do that. It's only the smart way to go about things, but to actually play out the conversation in public as though it's happening like this, that seems a little crazy.
Doesn't mean my criticism will be shaky or will not stand anymore. Chesh is a nice one.
In Baltimore had
Oh, sorry guys. Sorry. Okay. Okay, here we go.
Bridge Falls. So they're failing America by using this narrative, this dumb ass narrative that doesn't fit anything. That is what's going on in the anti-Katie Joy community. There are equally stupid and fake narratives being spun by various people. So when I went back and I reread my correspondence.
So for all this time, people were spinning, wrong narratives, and you didn't bother to check. You didn't care?
Oh, that's rich coming from Anya, isn't it? Holy shit. This coming from the person who denied why it is GoFundMe was refunding her. And then Steve explained what GoFundMe had told him. And she's like, you're lying. You're lying. That never happened. You're lying. So Steve then showed the chat log conversation between him and a rep from GoFundMe, and where the rep clearly stated that the account that was being discussed was not Manya's normal account, but it was an account named Anon. And the reason why it was suspected to be hers is because it was linked to the same email address as her main account there for GoFundMe. And that Anon account was getting refunded because there was a claim that the refund or the donation was given fraudulently, meaning that somebody used the card that wasn't entitled to. So now GoFundMe could be wrong in their statement there, but it doesn't change the fact that that is exactly what they told Steve, and Steve proved that this is what he was told. But she still insists that that's all a big fat lie. Okay, sure. Maybe you should verify a few things.
That someone was being, you didn't care, right? And for some reason, suddenly now you care. I wonder why. Why, Susan? What happened? Did you get a cease and desist?
Dude, the chick lives in Costa Rica. She doesn't give a shit about a cease and desist. She doesn't give a shit about possibly being served with TROs or whatever. She doesn't give a shit. She's already said as much on her channel. She's like, come at me, bro. It's basically what she said. Come on, come at me, bro. So yeah, she doesn't care. So clearly that's not something that has swayed her into doing what she's doing. More than likely, the only thing that has been moving her to do this has been her own conscience and her own belief that she was not fair in her approach with someone. Some people do have a conscience like that.
No, maybe not a cease and desist. Maybe that's a stretch.
Oh, you mean you didn't verify that before you said it?
With Miss S. Followed much later by my correspondence with the person I was talking to this about in the anti-Katie Joy community, it was pretty clear to me that I formed a confirmation bias against Miss S and had taken some of her actions towards me as the beginnings of trauma dumping, because I've gone to this dance too many times.
So Her first message to you was about sharing your story. So how the fuck did you decide that it was trauma dumping was coming? Her first message, we saw her first message was about, and you admitted. So even when you went
That was just the first message. There was more messages. I mean, Vanya herself even showed a couple of these, but then she stopped short of showing anything else. So, but you could clearly see that the thread continued on. So yeah, and that's that. I mean, there's phone calls, there's other platforms. So to to look at the two screenshots Manya shared and to sit there and say that never happened because there's not in these two screenshots, it fails to tell people that there's a myriad of other places that it could have happened, and we're not showing you that. So see, it's the manipulation tactics like that. Their their attempts to kind of form the story or whatever. It's, I don't know. It's definitely it's, I don't know. It's an untrustworthy thing to do. Definitely something else. So I can't think of the word.
back and reread your messages, how the fuck did you see that, or you, on what basis did you decide that, trauma dumping was coming? On what fucking basis? I would like to know.
Well, you don't get to know. I mean, you're not entitled to know. You don't. Whatever. You can ask. You can ask till you're blue in the face, but you might actually turn blue in the face before you get an answer.
Stop blaming other people. This is not, and this is where it is not an apology. When you blame others, when you use excuses, it is not an apology. And actually, you haven't even apologized yet, and we are like 20 minutes in.
Oh my god, I feel like is she kidding me with this? Like nothing is ever her fault. It's usually like Steve's fault.
And 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes, 5.5 minutes are left.
Wait a minute. So there's only 5 minutes left in Suzanne's video for her to commentate on, but she still has like an hour and 20 minutes left in her stream. Does she stretch 5 minutes out for an hour and 20 minutes, or does she cover something else? Oh no, she covers other things. Okay, all right. Jesus.
The standards, man, the fucking standards.
But in actuality, she did no trauma dumping to me whatsoever. She may have been winding up to do it. I don't know. I can't say.
Okay, so here we go. She may have been winding up to do again. You don't know that. I don't know. You say that. I don't know. Then why the fuck are you bringing that up? Why? To add more fluff?
I missed what she said. I know I'm looking at
To add more cushion around you? So then you can use this as an excuse you were exploited? Seriously? While you're talking about Holocaust? Like you're comparing Holocaust to something else?
Oh yeah, let's get back to that in a second. See, when I uploaded the video the other night where I talked and commentated on the whole Holocaust spiel that Nani did, I didn't even realize then that what Suzanne actually said was nuclear Holocaust. And now maybe to someone younger or whatever, that may seem like a kind of a dire turn of phrase or whatever to use. And that may be true. But you see, in mine and Suzanne's age groups, like it's not though, because like we grew up throughout, well, I mean, well, the Cold War ended, I think, like in what, 85 or 86 or something. So I was like 10 or 11 then, and Suzanne was probably not much older than that, if she was at all. Actually, I don't even know how old she is. But we grew up, and our parents grew up right throughout the Cold War. So like the whole concept of nuclear Holocaust was a very real thing, a very real thing that was conversed, talked about, considered, feared, So to use it as a turn of phrase or whatever to describe something later on, years later, it's not at all abnormal, especially for someone in our age group, I think. So I want to just throw that out there. But also, nuclear Holocaust is not at all the same thing as a Holocaust. It's not the same description. You don't even have the same things in your fucking mind when you use that phrase. So fuck you. with you explaining the whole like, oh my god, she's demeaning the Holocaust. What the fuck, man? Oh wait, I hit the wrong one.
Stupid as what Veda did? Really? Stupid as what Veda did? Why? To add more fluff?
Please stop saying fluff.
To add more cushion around you? So then you can use this as an excuse you were exploited? Seriously? While you're talking about Holocaust? Like you're comparing Holocaust to something as stupid as what Veda did?
Is that what she compared it to?
Really?
Either way, but
Incoherent
I had the idea in the
ramblings.
back of my mind because of everything I've been through with everybody and their brother contacting me to trauma dump. And this other person I was talking to who seized on it and ran with it. And I was, yeah. So
So they seized on with it, did you seize on it and run, or you both did? So you both did actually, and you didn't bother to check. This morning you're saying someone else had to remind you. Okay.
Like, you bothered to check how to even spell Holocaust? Like, no, seriously. Like, I don't know if y'all saw this or not. I'm gonna have to open it up another tab because I got that ready to go. Yeah, so I put a post or a tweet up. Was it yesterday, I think? And I quoted or whatever, shared one of Manya's things. Why is this back to 23rd? Where is it? Okay, so I posted this. Okay, so again, her muted. So she had posted, Aaron, aka Sayutica here, trying to defend Suzanne for minimizing Holocaust. And I'm like, look, Manya exploiting the Holocaust by being dishonest by failing to mention that Suzanne said nuclear Holocaust in her comment. And she's disrespecting the Holocaust by not going to learn the spelling. So yeah, you mean by like how you bothered to check to spell the fucking the thing you're exploiting correctly? Is that it? Oh, hold on a minute. Yeah, I might as well go on with this one for a minute. So now I gotta say, I really do appreciate Channeling when she comes to my tweets because she does make me think about a lot of things with her comments she makes. And so even if I disagree with her, I don't at all mind her coming in because it's worth it to me. Okay. So I want to throw that out there. I get no ill feelings, nothing against her. I appreciate her. So, but she says, maybe both of you should stop using the Holocaust as an argument. Gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't doing that though. I wasn't using that. And Suzanne wasn't either. She said nuclear fucking Holocaust. She did. Manya, though, jumps all over that shit and starts calling everyone fucking Nazi sympathizers or whatever, or Holocaust deniers or some shit. I don't even know. I think she ran with both of them, that is exactly exploitation. So my calling it out isn't exploiting them. Oh, I mean, I don't think it is. So, and I wrote like, yeah, I don't use it for shit. You're both using it and it's gross. Oh, we are. Okay, well, if my accusing her of exploiting it and using it and it's gross is exploiting it, then wouldn't you be doing the same thing to me, be explaining it to? But I don't think that that's the case. But it is annoying though. That whole argument, the whole thread about the whole Holocaust thing is fucking annoying, and it shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't have happened. And yeah, sure, I participated in it. I can take ownership in that. I didn't exploit it, but I absolutely participated in it. But it shouldn't be fucking happening. I got no right to speak on the Holocaust, and I won't. Neither does Manya though. But Manya is taking it upon herself to speak on it. Okay. Perhaps learn to spell it though first.
this morning I had a friend that gently reminded me, yes, you did say she trauma dumped on you.
So someone else had to.
Hmm?
So you said to everyone that
I missed that part.
Did say she trauma dumped.
someone else had you both.
Yeah. So
they seized on it and ran with it, or did you seize on it and run with it, or you both did? So you both did actually, and you didn't bother to check. this morning you're saying someone else had to remind you. Okay.
Well,
All right.
this morning I had a friend that gently reminded me, yes, you did say she trauma dumped on you.
So someone else had to. So
Oh, okay. I heard that incorrect.
so you said to everyone that Charlotte trauma dumped on you, and for some reason you reverted back to your original, to another opinion that coincided with your text messages, that no, she was not trauma dumping. And then someone else had to come in and remind you that, yeah, you might think that that you didn't accuse her of trauma dumping, but you did accuse her of that. Someone else had to do that. You weren't bothering to check.
Well, if she
Someone else had to remind you of that.
clearly, if she didn't remember it, if she doesn't remember having said that, she wouldn't think to go check if she said it or not because she thinks that she didn't say it. I mean, I don't.
How very insightful. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't. So, and yeah, that means Chesh is right. So who was Suzanne sharing DMs with? Who are you like? Can you keep anything private? Can you? I don't think so. You have the capability. And I would tell anyone, don't go in DMs with these people. The minute you start acting the way they don't like, they will expose your DMs to the world, and they won't give a shit. So please don't do that. Don't go in DMs with these fucking abhorrent people.
And I was kind of astounded. I was like, I said that? So I had to go back and look.
When did you come
That's
back? Like,
bullshit.
when did you transition from?
No, people will not share your DMs or whatever with the world because you're acting in a way that they don't like. It's when you start lying on them, especially if that conversation that you're lying about took place in the DMs. And showing the DMs will prove that you're lying on them and will clear the person you're lying about's name or whatever. Yeah, I'm sorry. You don't like that? Then maybe not fucking lie on people.
From, yeah, she trauma dumped on me too. No, she didn't trauma dump on me. Where did that transition happen? I would like to know. In your own thought process. Was it November, December, September, October? When that you started believing again? Yeah, Charla was, I'm fine with Charla. And I refuse to believe that. Because I'll show you why I refuse to believe that. I have my reasons to come to that opinion, even if it's an opinion.
And see what was said, what I said. Let me tell you something. That is not true. She didn't trauma dump on me. She doesn't know I'm making this apology, but I feel I need to because I'm one of those people.
How would she know that you? So what's the point of making an apology if she doesn't know that you're making an apology, and she is, what was that, persona non grata
No,
on your channel?
okay,
Why are you doing this?
the whole point
So this is
of that is that if you make the apology and you take the steps necessary to ensure that the person sees the apology, then it's almost like you're making the apology just so that they can see it and you can it can be seen, you know. But when you make the apology because you just want the apology to be out there because you truly feel sorry, you hope that they see it, but you're not going to shove it on them or push on them or put them on the spot, you know, and possibly like pressure them into responding a specific way, then I think it's, quite fine.
a stunt in front of your viewers to show, oh yeah, I take accountability. You're pretending to take accountability in front of your viewers. What happened? Did you run out of content? Did you run out of shit to talk about? Is that
There's
why?
always more shit to talk about.
We are in the last 4 minutes, and that's where you have not apologized. You have not said I'm sorry, and you are apologizing for the most mundane shit on the planet, ignoring everything else you have done.
Oh, what do you mean?
And we'll talk
What
about
the
that
fuck does
too.
that mean? Ignoring everything else you have done.
So this
was an apology to one person regarding one event, one whatever. You're expecting her to apologize for everything she's done. And who determines everything that she's done? Is it you? Are you the judgment of what behavior is acceptable or not on social media and what should be apologized for? That'd be a fucked up world to live in. Hey, who wants to live in that world? Who wants Manya to be judge, jury, and executioner of human fucking behavior? Not me.
It's a stunt. You don't care whether Charlotte thinks this is an apology or not. Then stop saying that it's a mea culpa. Change the fucking title. And change the fucking description. Apologies to Miss S. She can't come and read this, so why the fuck is it there? Or for your audience to, yeah, oh yeah, Susan apologized. Oh my god, she's such a sweet lady, sweet old lady. She realized that she was wrong, and she apologized. Bullshit.
See,
People that once somebody points out something that I've done wrong, and
that amazes me though, because I mean, the whole point of this apology is not for Manya. It's not anything. It's for the person that she's making the apology for. Why does Manya want to shit all over that? I mean, it's like Manya doesn't want the person, regarding this apology to be apologized to. It's like Manya doesn't want this to hold true. Manya doesn't want any kind of closure or anything, or an improvement of the situation for the person being talked about. Manya wants that person to keep living in fucking hell. Well, allegedly she's not, but whatever. But Manya wants to keep it so that this person, the things that they discuss are never improved. That's a fucked up thing to do. Just saying. Whatever.
I can see that I've done wrong. I apologize because
Show the DMs. Show me the DMs.
What
I had
DMs?
to bring those DMs up. You didn't. You brought up jack shit. It was.
So now Manya wants Suzanne to show her DMs with this person. This person that they all like to point out all the time is a private person. It's not a content creator. It's just a private person. Manya is pushing for Suzanne, a content creator, to put forth DMs of this person. It's almost like Manya doesn't give a shit about the people involved, and she's just exploiting the situation to hate on those who are associated with Steve.
This is all for 21 minutes. Trust me, bro. This is all. Trust me, bro.
I gotta get up in the mornings and look at this mug in the mirror, and that's not always
You should still continue to do that and continue to wonder.
the most fun thing to do if you have stuff in the back of your mind that you know is wrong.
Now Manya wants to gatekeep how one looks at themselves in the mirror every day. And what would you how like there's the story, the movie, and the book, and everything, 1984. What would the Manya's like future world be called? Where she's the dictator of everything, even right down to how you look at yourself in the mirror in the morning. What would that world be called, I wonder?
It's just plain old vanilla wrong. And what do you do?
Vanilla
You
wrong?
apologize, even if you don't feel like it. Even like you feel like you might be justified and you're biased, you apologize because it's not your.
So were you justified in your bias? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's not what
You
you said.
created a problem for yourself and then for that person, and you still think you're justified.
It's clearly not what she said. It's clearly not. Like, why she's going to continue on as if that's the case, like this. But you missed the whole premise. This is not a premise. It's not. But you're going to construct a whole thing on top of a non-existent premise. Okay. That's not at all a waste of time.
All right. Yeah, it's not your fault. Someone else planted that idea in you. Someone else exploited you. Oh my God. While talking about Holocaust. This is what a pseudo-intellectual looks like. This is what a pseudo-intellectual looks like. Yeah, her paintings are wonderful. Okay, cool. That's fine.
I saw something Maya posted how she's got a degree in engineering or something like that. Whatever. I don't know. Good for her. I will know better. I will definitely not get into any kind of debate or discussion, regarding engineering things or whatever. But when it comes to human relations, human behavior, and how to interact with one another, there's one pseudo intellectual here, and I say that loosely even, and it ain't any Suzanne. It's It's the engineer.
This is what a pseudo intellectual looks like, who uses their past to excuse their behavior and the fucking carnage they have caused in other person's life.
Desire to hurt
The carnage that you want to try to prevent from being rectified at all. Okay. Tell me again how you care.
people, just like it's not your desire to put up with fake narratives. So, Miss S, I'm apologizing to you right here, right.
Last 3 minutes, she's apologizing. And she's apologizing with the most stupid. It's not even the reason she should be apologizing for. Wow.
Damn it, Suzanne. You should be apologizing for the reason why Manya thinks you should be apologizing. I mean, because Manya gets to decide what other people should be offended by and what apologies they should be getting and for why. Because that's how they care about people. I love though how like the entirety of this live stream though, she just kept saying, I haven't heard her apologize once, sir. I haven't heard one apology, not once. And now she says, she goes on for the next 3 minutes just apologizing. So you knew that was coming up. You knew that you were going to hear her apologizing because we haven't watched that part yet, according to your live stream. But you knew it was coming. So even back then, you knew it was coming. But you acted like it was just not existent. That seems a little, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Deceptive, maybe? Hi, Kitty. I know, Kitty.
She's apologizing. She's addressing Charla, but Charla is persona non grata. And she's saying that Charla may not see. What's the point of addressing Charla if she's not going to?
Oh, shit. Sorry.
She's apologizing. She's addressing Charla, but Charla is persona non grata. And she's saying that Charla may not see it. What's the point of addressing Charla if she's not going to fucking see it? You don't even say, I think that, okay, please, everyone, you can go and show her this thing. You don't even say that. Nani the fuck?
Now, I am so sorry that I went with a confirmation bias and I allowed others to double down and confirm that within me.
Oh, God.
All right, that one didn't sound like a coyote. Oh.
Oh, God.
Almost.
I allowed others. I allowed others. Oh, my fucking Lord. Ay, 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 ay.
I think my cat's allergic to me.
This is why you don't want me going through your shit, guys. You don't want me to do that. I'll eat you and spit you out. And this is what it is. In like what? 1.5 hours, yeah. For a 22-minute video. Yeah, fine. Yeah. I think so that's okay.
That's crazy.
Which kept me believing that lie for a long time. And
so you believed the lie a long time, and then you started believing another shit about Charla. I would like to know when did that transition happen for someone to come back and say, now you said that she trauma dumped on you, and you were surprised that you said that she trauma dumped on you.
Let's skip ahead here. Wow, listen to some of the comments, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna wrap this up. Let me check my chat though real quick. I haven't been over there yet for a little bit. Why did Suzanne owe her anything? Why does she have to be friends with her? Why the fuck? Okay, so why Manya thinks that Suzanne owed it is whatever, because just Manya, I don't know, thinks that everyone should do things according to what she thinks is right and how she perceives things and what she believes, whatever. I don't give a shit. But as far as Suzanne goes, Suzanne by herself decided to do this. She felt for whatever reason, I don't know exactly what her thought process was, but I'm sure she had one. She felt and she thought that she needed to do this. I fully support her doing it if that's how she felt. But why that is, I don't know. I mean, she explains it in her video, in Suzanne's video there, she explains it. But I know that that's how Suzanne sees it, but I don't think that that's how I see it. But what matters for Suzanne is how she sees it and what she feels. That she does what she thinks and feels is right. That's what matters. So, yeah, I get it. All Suzanne did was ignore someone she didn't know. Yep. Yep. Pretty much. Hi, Frisco Chicken. Sorry. Hi, Demon Chihuahua. I'm gonna just scroll through this real quick and see if it's tagged or anything. I don't see anything. Hi, Kitty. Over 2 hours with her own vid breaking this down. Yeah, I know. I don't feel I should commentate on Shesh's though, because she made it clear that she's in fear for her safety because of my talking about her on Twitter, because she was a witness. So I don't want to do anything that's going to, feed into this fear of hers. I don't want that. So I'm avoiding talking about Chesh for the time being. Which is really proving to be quite I don't know, quite beneficial maybe to Mania, because normally I wouldn't give her the time of day, but now I'm giving her the time of day, I guess. I don't know. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go back here. Here we go.
Really? That tells me these motherfuckers don't watch anything. These motherfuckers don't watch anything. Oh god. Oh god. There was one I love the dress. This is why I respect you. Good video. This is the
Okay.
oh, Nene YouTube. This is wrong. I've been contacted by this woman. I know firsthand what she is like. I'm afraid to say too much because she stalks comment sections and easily sues. I don't think you fully understand the horror she is putting creators through. Oh fuck God, what the fuck? Okay, we're gonna first look at this. Hold on. Did she just hide comments? Because I was quite sure there were comments there. And someone, oof, this is just stirring everything back up. I don't see the benefit. Of course, yes, that's right. There's a lot of people catching strays from some creepy radicals, and this I fear is just gonna get everything get going. Just how I'm perceiving this. No bullshit. Ninja, I'm stunned, Suzanne. How have you become this? You're wrong about this. You're very wrong. Walk away from all the KJ stuff. You're not even the same person at all. The combination of bitter, twisted tribalism over logic and the serotonin hits of being a medium fish in a little pond. Who you are has gotten really dirty. You have managed to shock me. Oh boy. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, here are the Mandy blah blah blah. Okay, sorry. I was looking at. Oh yeah, here we go. Here are the comments. This one I'm interested in. I am not interested in that YouTube fucking moron, because yeah, we know that channel and people, they're just like leeches who leech onto like Katie Joy drama and shit and yeah. If you're sincere, why take this video down after a week? If you're sincere, why didn't you say her name? It's out there and you added to spreading the hate about her. You had no problem saying Veda's name and Volt's name, as I said, but not the person who matters, Charla. You didn't
see, her not saying the name was her way of trying to extend respect to this person, because this person has stated over and over again that she does not want to be made into content. She does not want to be discussed. So what else would Suzanne do other than not name the person? Especially since naming the person has earned a couple people maybe a TRO or something. So yeah, well, now I don't really think Suzanne fears that. So that's not right. Never mind, forget that. But yeah, I mean, what's the point of making an apology though if you're going to turn right around and cause harm again by naming the person? This was the right thing to do. It was considerate. But Manya though wants to take that shit away because she wants to see the person who's being talked about to be harmed for some reason. I don't fucking know. She doesn't want to see that respect or whatever, that consideration be extended to the person after the person has repeatedly stated that they don't want to be talked about. So yeah, I don't know.
name your friend Steve, but he doesn't matter, or does he? Why didn't you ask one of your friends that she has a court order restraining order or a temporary restraining order for Charlotte's lawyer's name and email or address, so you could send them a letter to give to Charlotte to apologize directly to her?
That's a little nuts.
Don't know. Or doesn't she actually deserve to hear or read and get it? Does Charlotte know about this? No.
Okay, when people apologize, the apology isn't solely for the person who's being apologized to. Okay, don't apologize just because the other person might want to hear it or you think that they deserve to hear it. Apologize because you really and truly feel sorry. You apologize for yourself. You put it out there into the world, into the universe for yourself. You hope that it's accepted, but you're not you're laying no expectations on your apology, because then it's not really an apology. Then it's a chore for the other person, you know? So, yeah.
Am I going to tell her? No. This so-called apology is nothing but to throw her under the bus again, where you basically say she's some unstable trauma dumping person again, when she's not. That's the lie, the gossip that people have spread, and you just perpetuated it again. Listen to this video, your own words.
Did that person even fucking listen to Suzanne's stream? Oh my God. It's like people don't want those that they point out to possibly learn from things and to do better. They want them to continue doing the fucked up shit, because the second someone tries to do better or tries to rectify any harm that they may have caused, the people who have been pointing them out lose their fucking shit.
And you'll hear it at least 3 times. I see right through you. Yeah, that's actually a good point. That's a very good point. I missed that. You're just trying to say that she's still the same person that she was some time ago when she went through. And because of that, she either doesn't have autonomy or is not able to make correct decisions. When we know from the messages we saw, she's very coherent, she's very active, she knows what the fuck she's talking about.
What? No, it doesn't matter. Okay.
Eve comes in and they're like, I share your sentiment on this completely. What Steve and many of his YouTuber friends have done to this poor woman is vile. Sorry, I've seen very few people in this corner of the net more unstable and dishonest than Steve. Charlotte's certainly not one of them. I've seen few people trauma dump on the internet more than Steve either. Yeah, that's true. Steve does it all the fucking time. He's constantly playing.
I love it. Oh my God. So the people who drag Steve, the people who talk all kinds of shit about Steve, who disparage Steve daily on the internet, are now accusing Steve of trauma dumping by pointing out the shit that they do. You are horrible. You are a spiteful, mean, evil, vengeful, harmful person for doing shit like that.
The victim while clamoring for his supporters to join him in some perceived moral cause or bullshit fight for justice. He elicits the aid of people who lack scruples. The thing is that Steve is all about, oh yeah, I'm going to keep exposing what Katie Joy did, but he doesn't want people talking about his actions. Yeah, talk about being a.
He talks about his actions all the time. Anytime anytime any accusations are made towards him, he has talked about his actions and he has put forth things needed to be put forth. How about we get over that now? We just get over that. How about people maybe, I don't know, whatever, I don't care.
Hypocrite and double standard bitch. Susan, where there were lack of facilitating, blah blah. Charla is the unstable one, denying Charla's trauma and history, implying she made it up after watching Shiny Happy People, etc. Is that stable behavior? Shameful. Her name is Charla, Susan, not Carla, not CTL, not S, not creature from Oklahoma City. Charla, she's a human being with a very small platform who was shunned and isolated. Yet she still owns Steve and his dishonest what? Integrity. Steve and his YouTuber friends, speculation and conspiracy mongering only works with a carefully curated online crowd.
What the hell? Wait, what was that part? Wait a second. Where am I? Okay, what the fuck does this say here now? What? No one denied anything. It's insane. Okay, this claim right here, this is the first time I've heard this claim, implying she made it up after watching, and now mind you, it's this person in comments who's making this claim. That's who I'm addressing, okay? Implying she made it up after watching Shiny Happy People, etc. Is that stable behavior? Nobody fucking implied that. What do you mean by imply? Because imply, if you're using the word implied, it means that no one specifically and directly came out and clearly stated this claim. You're simply saying it was implied. So, I mean, what you consider to be implied could be just like a big nothing, whatever, to anyone else. So, I mean, feel like the implication of something is more so related to somebody's perception, their own point of view, rather. It's speculative. So what do you mean by imply? And how can how could anyone else be held responsible for how you fucking took something? Like we have no control over how you fucking take something. Like, that's crazy. Like, either something was said and done or it wasn't. How about we stop with it was implied? I think it was implied because that's what I had on my mind. So therefore, it must be what they meant when they said what they said. That's what you're saying. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's, again, I'm going to say that's manipulative. That is deceptive. That is, yeah, whatever.
Uncritical drama consumers. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. It doesn't work in a court of law where evidence actually matters. He can't bank on Katie here to save his lying ass in the court. Here we go. There's Susan replying now. First of all, I've never called her Carla. She claims not to have a platform and is litigious when you say her name in a live stream. I refer to her as Miss S out of a desire to not provoke her. Why are you even making this video then? Oh yeah, we know this is a stunt to just make herself feel better. Yeah. Yeah, she's not trauma dumping at all, guys. She's not trauma dumping at all.
You're right. Susanna's just dumping all of her trauma for feeling bad for not responding in a more attentive way to someone months ago. The trauma she carries from that, the trauma she's dumping on you to have to fucking face and deal with. Oh my God, the nerve. Like, what won't you call trauma then? What the fuck is not trauma then?
And that's the only thing you took from it. First of all, I've never called her Carla. Yeah, she is litigious. Yeah, but if your apology was a proper apology, you shouldn't have to worry about anything. And
who says it wasn't? I mean, it seems like Mania just doesn't want it to be. She wants to ensure that it's not taken to be a proper one. Like, she wants to go above and beyond to make sure that the person who's being talked about just never is shown the respect of a proper amount, because first Mania would have to accept it to be one. That's not going to happen.
They were right. Why didn't you contact her lawyers and just send a letter to them and say, okay, in what way can I write a letter of apology? You may have a point.
Suzanne probably thought, well, since a lot of or some of the discussion she's had on this whole situation has been done publicly in the form of live streams or on a platform, she probably thought that therefore the apology should be put out that way too, because it's only right. But I mean, who wants to be right?
About the rest, I've been considering the manipulation and lockstep nature going on and why for quite some time. Yeah, again, she's blaming other people. You do you, boo. Oh, that's Steve. That's Steve talk. Blah blah blah. I'm just okay. So Susan, that's all she said. I didn't call her Carla. That's all she took away from that paragraph. That tells me she didn't read jack shit. And that's all.
I got a problem with that because she does this a lot. Manya will take. Okay, so all right, I'm going to explain this way, okay? So years ago, like when I was little, there was a card trick that my grandfather, my dad, everyone used to do. And how was it? Okay, so they put like three cards on the table, and they would have someone leave the room, and then someone who stayed in the room would choose a card out of those 9, and then the person who left the room would come back in. Okay. No, that wasn't it. Okay, I'm sorry. No. So it was this trick. Okay. Now, you name the 4 suits. You tell someone, name the 4 suits. So they say, hearts, spades, clubs, diamonds. Okay, pick 2 of them. Oh, but before this, though, you know what the top card is. Say it's Ace of Hearts. Okay. So you say, pick 2 of those 4 suits. Spades and clubs. Okay, so then that leaves hearts and diamonds. Pick one of those. Hearts. Okay, great. Hearts. You see what I'm doing there? It doesn't matter what you say. I already know what that card is. So I'm going to ask the questions. I'm going to frame the questions to lead you to that card. So now that we're on hearts, I'm going to say, name 4 hearts. And you're going to say Jack, Queen, King, 10 or whatever. Okay, great. Name 4 more. And I will do this until there's only like ace, 2, 3, 4 left. Okay. And then when you say those, and when you get to the end, I'm like, okay, so that leaves ace, 2, 3, 4. Pick 2 of those. Ace and 2. Great. Ace and 2. Pick 1 of those. 2. That leaves ace. Pick the top card. You see what I mean? I'm leading you right to that. Okay. So what Manya does here, let me rewind it now.
That's what it is. These people have no standards. They
Okay.
lockstep nature going on, and why for
Wait, let me slow it down here. Oops, not that much.
quite some time. Yeah, again, she's blaming other people. You do you, boo. Oh, that's Steve. That's Steve talk. Blah blah blah. I'm just okay. So Susan, that's all she said. I didn't call her Carla. That's all she took away from that paragraph. That tells me she didn't read
Right there.
jack shit.
You know what I mean? So she's taking what Suzanne said and taking the absence of what Suzanne said, and she's forming it. She's routing to the conclusion that she wants people to reach. She's pulling from here, pulling from there, pointing out the absence of something to convince you that this is the direction you need to go and this is where you're going to land. You know what I mean? Like this is how she, I can't believe I never noticed it before, because she does, oh my God, she does this all the time. She will go into a discussion or an argument with already a preconceived conclusion, okay? And she is going to frame things and pull from things or ignore things to lead you to the same place. And if you don't go there, if you do not just naturally follow the flow of the trail she maps out for you, if you resist it, well, then, you're just a Nazi sympathizer or some shit like that,
And that's what it is. These people have no standards. They don't understand what they're talking about. And then they are, oh, look, Nikki, I'm with Nene on this one. This is wrong. Oh, fuck you. Fucking Nikki. Hiding behind people. Okay, cool. So we have done this. So we have seen how disjointed this video was. It was disjointed, and Susan blamed others for her actions, used her past as an excuse to justify those actions, actually lied about what those actions were. She just talked about one action, and we know that she was all over this shit. And we'll see.
Ronnie just went into like commentating more and more Suzanne videos.
Or awful parts of the theology, like blanket training. I did it.
I know what that is. Yeah.
Oh,
I watched the video on that.
What you did?
Yeah.
I was like wanting to throw up doing that.
Yeah. No,
it's that wicked, and I didn't do it all the way like they were saying. So it's just
sure it's traumatic, and I know.
It's trying to tell you something, Tanya. Maybe you should take the hint, okay? It doesn't want you to hear it. Go fuck off. All right, I'm done. I'm being petty.
YouTube. Why does my brain go to Yahoo? It's been years since I had a Yahoo account.
It's okay.
My brain automatically just goes those places. So it has been a lot of this hot mess going on YouTube and Twitter and every other social platform.
August 30th.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about that nonsense. Not nonsense on the web. Like I said, no idea how she's doing. Oh, there was a quote that I read that for me, it just kind of sums it all up for how I feel about a lot of things. Let me pull this out of my big books. I like big books that I cannot lie. Okay. Where are we?
I'm sorry. I was not expecting that. It was funny. I like that.
One of my mottos has always been, let justice be done, though heavens fall. That describes my career with Pathos. That describes a lot of the writing that I've done. And one of the things that has been the most off-putting.
Like, see, you just watch Monty. Monty's rolling her eyes. They're like, oh, the writing you've done. Oh, God. No, you're not at all being led by your fucking bias here, are you? No, not at all. I mean, you're taking issue with her just talking about her writing, and you're rolling your eyes. Like, dude, fucking you get some petty on your chin, might want to wipe it off or something, or leave it. I don't know.
Once I joined the anti-Katie Joy community has been how many people don't know what the truth is or what justice is or anything. They play these internet games, play stupid games, win a stupid prize. I think a lot of them are a perfect example of that. Now, me, myself, there are a lot of people that are poorly behaved that I just don't pay any attention to. Yesterday, there was a whole lot of nonsense going on when somebody that I vaguely knew, I'd only seen them around a few times on Twitter, started casting aspersions on Steve McRae and myself. Now, while I may laugh at Unirock calling Steve Steb and Lobster and all these stupid names, that doesn't mean that I dislike Steve or hold anything against him. I kind of like Steve. There have been times when I've liked him better than others. I could go months without talking to him.
Oh, Monty didn't like hearing how Suzanne said that she liked Steve. Yep. Get over it.
But one thing I do know about Steve is
like a lawsuit.
He's only going to put with so much from a person. And my fuse is shorter than his, considerably shorter. Look at some of the times I've just said no and just blocked somebody. Yesterday.
So people can't approach you and tell you you're full of shit. Gotcha.
I started to justify my.
Can we approach you and tell you that? Is that what you're saying? Are you approachable for that? I bet you are.
Myself 2 or 3 times this person. I was like,
yeah. According to a lawsuit, is a stupid prize. Yeah.
No. This person, I knew they were an S-Weasel all along, so I just went ahead and blocked them and quit answering them. And I'm seeing that others are still arguing with this person this morning and this afternoon. I'm kind of like,
here's my question. And I mean, I'm not going to play any more of this. I'm done with this for now. I am going to wrap up the stream. But here's my question. If the person who's being spoken up on behalf of, if streams like Suzanne there have been damaging or fear-inducing or whatever, or harassment causing, if that's the case, then why is Manya being sure to replay them? I mean, sure, it's still up on Suzanne's platform, okay, but I don't know that video is there. I'm not even sure if I saw it. I'll be honest. I don't remember if I saw it or not. But now I have, thanks to Manya. It's someone, I think it's Katie's a Liar over on Twitter, keeps saying how people are exploiting this person to fulfill their hate-fueled vengeance or vendetta or whatever against Steve. And it looks like they're fucking right. It really does. Because their actions are not at all on behalf of someone who's an alleged victim. Okay. Their actions are all about taking the alleged victim and making sure that they're reintroduced to the things that they claim caused them to be the alleged victim. That's like textbook exploitation, really. I mean, it's pretty fucking, I don't know. Hi, Ryan. Yeah, it's just, I mean, how this is always brought back to Steve. And I mean, I don't mean like the argument is or anything like that, or even the discussion, how in their mind, their bitch, their complaints, it's always brought back to Steve. I don't understand this. Like, I sit here and wonder, like, really, what causes people, like these effectively almost strangers on the internet? Yeah, sure, they were friends with Steve and everything for a while on the internet, but did they even meet in person? And it's sure you can have friendships online without meeting in person, but I feel like it's different when you actually experience life with another person in person. It's a little different. So I sit here and I wonder, what is his cause? What could have possibly caused these people to hate on this one person so much for so long and so intently, so actively every day for this entire time, pretty much? And my first thought is, well, there must be like a financial incentive or something, right? Because no one's, short of there actually being a crime committed that's been proven and known about, it must be like a financial incentive, right? I don't know anymore. I that doesn't even make sense. Like this seems like a little bit crazy, even if it's a financial incentive. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm back to not knowing what the fuck is driving these people so much to hate on him. I mean, I get he can be annoying at times, sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can be a pain in the ass. Sometimes he doesn't always know when to shut the fuck up. I can agree with that, sure. But these are not reasons to fucking like try to destroy a man's life. This is so insane. Oh my god. And they want to bitch and complain about people defending Steve or whatever. When I first came around in this community, the last thing I wanted to have any knowledge about or get involved in was this whole Steve and Katie thing. I actively ignored it, refused it. I just made sure I was never exposed to it for as long as I could. But ultimately, though, if you really want to know and understand more about things going on, you kind of have to learn about it. So, I have to say, though, I probably wouldn't have even bothered to learn about it, though, if it wasn't for so many people being so fucking triggered and upset and like offended or whatever by people having Steve's back. Like they are inspiring people to want to defend Steve. Not that Steve isn't worthy of defense or whatever, should get it all otherwise. Of course he should, but and his argument doesn't change. So he still is worthy of defense. But I don't think people would go so far out of their way every fucking time, every opportunity or whatever, to defend him to these other people if these other people weren't so fucking adamant about shutting them the fuck up. So it's kind of like you Streisand the fuck out of Steve. They Streisand the fuck out of Steve. That's what it's kind of like. So Steve Streisand. Okay, I'm done. It's very obvious they hate that Steve doesn't need them. Yeah. See, that's the thing. When they had the falling out over the channel and everything, like I really think that they thought that they were going to kind of strong arm him with something. And that's the thing, though, when someone gets pushed over and over again by people and gets dragged and gets lied about and everything for so long and so much, especially on social media, they run out of fucks and they can walk away from anything and everything at the drop of a hat just because they know they can. And they will, because it's not worth the fight. It's not. So maybe they should have thought of that. Yeah, and that's the thing. And I know I've been guilty of it too. Hate is blinding and all consuming. It absolutely is. And it's gotten me at times. And it's gonna get me again, whatever. So I get that, but and I don't see it right at the time when it happens, but I do see it after the fact. It's been a long time after the fact with these guys, and they are still going strong. Like they're entitled to or something. They have a right to maybe, but they're not entitled to this shit. They're not entitled to fucking ruin or harm people the way that they're trying so hard to do. They're not entitled to that. You can't make crazy make sense. He's also content. He's also content for them. Yeah, their only platform. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Which is, I mean, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. It's almost 11. Happy Easter, everyone. I hope you all had a great holiday, or at least just had a great Sunday. I don't have to work tomorrow. So I will be streaming some point tomorrow. It'll probably be like around the same time as tonight, maybe a little bit earlier. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Anyways. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Here's my thing. Bye.